And then, okay. All right, awesome. We are live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to tonight's call or today's call, wherever you're calling in from. Welcome to the people here that are on Zoom. And welcome to all of you guys that are watching us live, whether on YouTube or Facebook or any of the other streaming platforms that we're streaming live to every single day, twice a day. And so I'm super excited. We got some amazing news to share with you all. Those of you that are not on this call, I it's okay, you can watch this later, but like if you're here getting it straight off the press, I mean you're definitely in the hot seat. And it's no wonder, we have our top leaders here because they're constantly showing up, and I believe that success is 80% just showing up. And then the other 20% is following through on the commitments that you made long after the excitement has worn off. So I'm excited every day. It's just, I show up every day. I'm like, yo, it's something new to be excited about. And so I see Mr. Tui over here, all the way from Australia. He's just showing up every single day, super excited for the mission, and it just
Yeah,
shows
absolutely.
goes to show the level of commitment that it takes. And so before I get to the our announcement, our big announcement, I'm going to just go through our presentation and our overview and what we're creating here at Divinfi. And so if you've never seen this before, you're in for a real treat. And so I'm going to just get right into it because I really can't hold my excitement. I wanted to share with you this good news. Uh, so one moment. There you go. And let's share the screen. Welcome, Megan. I think she just came in.
Good morning.
Divine Rising. Okay, so I want to welcome you guys to the biggest launch in history. Our vision here at Divinfi is to create an ecosystem that brings freedom to 8 billion people here on Earth. And what does freedom actually mean? It means financial, location, time, and most importantly, the emotional freedom to hold it all. And that was what I always wanted. I wanted to be free. I didn't want to be a doctor or a lawyer or an astronaut or any of these things growing up. I simply just wanted to be free. I didn't really know what that encompassed. I thought it just meant money. And at the age of 18, I actually got started in the car exporting business. I earned my first six-figure income at a very young age. And so I thought it was all money, but very quickly realized that that wasn't true because I was working 80 hours a week. I was losing my health, and I couldn't enjoy my time with my family, nor could I even enjoy the money that I was generating. And so a couple of years after getting into the car exporting business, I got introduced to this gentleman. He was a couple of years older than me, and he introduced me to the industry of network marketing, which really opened up my eyes to what was possible because this guy, he was, like I said, he was only a couple of years older. He was on private jets, he had three supercars, he retired his family. He was doing all these really awesome things, and he was making money online. So after that encounter with him and being mentored by him for a couple of years, I got introduced to other industries like affiliate marketing, direct sales, e-commerce, trading, rental arbitrage, all of these different industries. And over the last 12 years, I've been able to earn millions and millions of dollars. I've traveled to 25 different countries. I've helped dozens and dozens of people earn over a six-figure yearly income. But I realized that that wasn't it. There was still something missing, and that was the emotional freedom to really be able to enjoy it all, right? And so our system here is based off of two concepts, two separate things, which really are interconnected. And one is the consciousness side of things, and the other part is the currency side of things. So I'm going to actually play a video so that way for the new people that have not seen this, you get a chance to really get a little bit more of an insight on what we're actually creating here. So just give me a moment. I need to get into Zoom. Okay. So I'll actually finish my story before I show you this video. So in the second half of 2023, I was traveling the world with my wife at the time, and I was all over East Asia, all over Asia, Southeast Asia, and we were just traveling. We were just having fun, enjoying life. And what happened was, is I started to realize that making money and being able to enjoy all these things, it was great, but it wasn't everything. I wasn't feeling completely fulfilled in the fact that I was waking up every single morning with massive anxiety, depression, panic attacks, and even got to a point where I was feeling suicidal, right? I remember being on the 48th floor of my penthouse in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and I literally thought about jumping. And so I've said this before, and I'll say it again, that humans are motivated by two things. It's either inspiration for a better life or desperation, where they literally back themselves into a corner to make a change in their life. And that was what I was motivated by at the time. I had to get desperate enough to really change things in my life because, I wasn't, even though I was able to live this amazing lifestyle that people saw on social media, I still wasn't fulfilled. And it was very apparent because I was addicted to several substances, including marijuana, which smoked every single day for 12 years. I was addicted to sex. I was addicted to travel. I was addicted to money and people pleasing and validation. And really what an addiction is you can't go without it, right? It's like your sense of self is in this external thing, external substance. So it got to the point where I actually went through a divorce. I walked away from that marriage. And then I actually landed myself in jail in Bali, Indonesia. And Megan, she's on the call. She knows exactly because her and I were talking whenever I got out of jail and went to this rehab facility, which I stayed in for, I think it was 17 days, 10 days straight. I didn't sleep. That's how bad it got. I was literally losing my mind, which is a good thing, because the mind is literally where all of all of the suffering lies. So what ended up happening was after I got out, my buddy Jamie, who's the CEO of this ecosystem, he's like, "Hey, you need to come to the Philippines and you need to meet this guy right here. His name is Don Smith." So Don was Jamie's mentor for the last 4 years. And Don has basically worked with the elite of the elite. I'm talking these elite athletes at an Olympic level in 15 different sports. He's worked with billionaires. He's worked with the company that created the BlackBerry phone. And he actually helped that company go from $6 billion a year to $68 billion a year. And there's a book, I forget exactly what the book is called, but if you want, I can get that info for you. But the co-CEO of BlackBerry actually mentions Don in his book. Okay, so Don has worked with these high-level players for his 44 years that he's been doing this. And so some of these guys would pay him $1 million for a 2 hour session. That's how long this process is. And so I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I was first introduced to Don because I had done lots and lots of personal development, right? Just like some of the people on this call, I've read thousands of books. I did the workshops and the seminars, the energy work, the plant medicine. Don likes to call plant medicine, quote unquote, plants that have drugs inside of them. And I was like, no, man, but mushrooms are great for you. It was so funny, but I did all this stuff. I got certified in one of Bob Proctor's last programs he created. I did all of these things and none of it really, really worked. So I was like, okay, well, how is this any different? And Don definitely showed out. And he showed me how this is completely different. And I would say this is the very best, most transformational program that I've ever heard of or seen or experienced. And some of the people on this call can vouch for that. So, long story short, I did this process with Don in one session, 2 hours. It led up to that point where in that one moment, every single thing that I was dealing with, the anxiety, depression, the panic attacks, the suicidal thoughts, the addictions, all of that completely gone in 2 hours. And I was instantly transformed literally that one instant. So I'll share with you a little bit more, but what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share this video and it'll give you a little bit more insight on what our mission is here at Divinfi. And then I'll continue and I'll give you a little bit more insight on Don's process and what actually happens during this process. So one moment, starting the broadcast. Okay. Is it sharing? I don't think so. Oh, yes. Okay. Awesome.
Witness the dawn of a new era in a world where consciousness.
Wait, it's not sharing. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, it was. Yep. Oh, good, brother.
Okay, sorry. I was getting. Let me redo it. I'm using like multiple devices. Usually I have a whole team with me, so excuse
You're
my
fine.
lack of understanding of this technology.
Mute the computer so you're not echoing.
Okay.
Witness the dawn of a new era in a world where consciousness and currency converge. Join Don Smith as he guides personal transformation. Introducing AI Polo, your gateway to financial freedom, where spiritual enlightenment meets financial abundance. Join our network and unlock infinite earning potential. Divinfi. Elevate your consciousness. Multiply your currency. Join the revolution today.
Awesome. I absolutely love that video. It's going to be ready here very soon. We're just doing the last couple of touches on it. But just to clarify, right? Because what our mission is to create true freedom. So for me, the money aspect, I had that for quite a while, which I know some of the people here on this call, they've experienced other programs and they've made good money in the industry, but not having the consciousness side of things, you start to be in this self-created hell. And I'll give you one last example to really tie it in. And so there's this guy named Tim. He was one of Don's clients. He was a multi-billionaire. So he had all the money in the world. But this guy was in his own self-created hell where he literally had 5 addictions. He was addicted to gambling, sex, drugs, alcohol, and food. He had so much anxiety that he wasn't able to fly on his $100 billion jet. Or $100 million, not billion, sorry, $100 million jet, right? So he literally was in this prison that he created, and none of the money that he had, he could actually even enjoy. So that's why our goal is to help people have the whole pie, right? So this guy, Tim, he ends up meeting Don, he hires him, he does the 2 hour session with Tim. And Tim actually paid him $1 million. So it's like $500,000 an hour. Okay, so that's how much he valued this. And so after the session, Tim is completely like free. He's completely free. And that's why we say true freedom. True freedom. He no longer had the addictions. His divorce was no longer on the table. He was able to finally start to build his company again, work with his employees, because he didn't talk to some of his inner team in 6 months, let alone his outer team. He hadn't talked to them in a year. He was able to fly in his jet. And to this day, he's literally still as free as he was whenever he did the program with Don. So Don, or let me give you a little bit more insight on what happens in this program. So there's this chart, it's called the Chart of Consciousness, that was created by Dr. Hawkins. Hawkins has a book called Power versus Force. I highly recommend it. And what it says and what it talks about is that all of our emotions, or I should say all of the emotions that we experience, they're on a scale of consciousness. So it goes from a 0 to 1,000. Okay, with the very bottom is shame, as you can see at the very bottom of the chart. Fear is at 100, courage is 200, joy is 540, enlightenment is a 700 to 1,000. So to give you some reference points, there is a guy named Hitler that we all know. He was at a level 50. Okay, so he was at a level 50. We know what he did. And it is a universal law that the things that you're experiencing on the inside, whether you're conscious of it or not, right? Whether you're conscious of it or not, they create your outer reality. So what you're experiencing on the inside manifests on the outside. It is literally a law. It's similar to the law of gravity. And so this is one of the universal laws. It's called the law of correspondence. And what it says is as within, so without, as above, so below. So it doesn't matter if you believe it or not. This is literally a law, just like the law of gravity. I mean, doesn't matter if you believe in the law of gravity, right? Like you go to the top of a building, you jump off, whether you believe in it or not, you're going down. Okay. If I jumped off that building in Kuala Lumpur, I would have been gone. Okay. Regardless if I believed in it or not. Okay. So this is a law. And so in Dr. Hawkins' book, right, he talks about the consciousness. And so if you take a look at like Hitler and you take a look at a description of apathy at a 50, he was feeling despair and hopelessness. And that's exactly what he was creating for all of those people that were victimized by him. They were feeling desperate and hopeless, right? So obviously karma came back and whatever, he's going to get his karma. But when you look at the top of the scale, enlightenment, it's at 700 to 1,000. All of the most powerful teachers that ever walked this earth, whether it was Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Moses, Abraham, Zoroaster, any of these teachers, they were at a level 1,000. And what they were preaching and what they were trying to tell us is that there is no difference between them and us. All of our natural state is one of enlightenment. If you're watching this video, your natural state is one of enlightenment. That was what they were trying to tell us. And so what happens is there's a time before the age of 7 that there is a shock, something that happens, a traumatic experience. Doesn't necessarily have to be, physical abuse, right? It does not have to be something traumatic in that sense, but it can simply just be you on your bike and falling off the bike, or it could just be you hearing your mom and your dad arguing in the other room. That could simply be a quote unquote trauma. It's like the shock to your system on a neurocellular level, which keeps you in this lower state, in this lower consciousness. Okay, so what Don's program does is he helps you go to the very first moment, your first trauma, which that one trauma is connected to every other trauma that you've ever incurred in your life. Regardless if you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, or years of age, I should say, it's all connected to that one moment in time. And so he helps you release that moment, and you can naturally start to float to your natural state of enlightenment. For myself, I was operating on a level 125, maybe 200. Okay, maybe. Because your state can change from moment to moment, right? But like you get triggered, you go back to that very first moment in time. So for myself, I would be at a 125 most of the time. That's why I desired a lot of things, the money, the women, all of these things, the experience, the travel, all this stuff. But I wasn't able to actually sustain it because what would happen is every single time I would get it, I would find a way to get rid of it. And that was a self-sabotaging program that 99.99% of people have. Okay. And so when you look at the level of courage, there's this red line, right? So 80% of the world's population is actually under this line. And that's where integrity starts. 80% of the world is under here. And I would say more than 80% of those 80% are actually operating at a level of fear. Fear of losing their job, fear of losing their partner, fear of losing their life, da 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 da, right? But what is fear? Fear is just an acronym, and it's false evidence appearing real. Fear is an illusion, right? Once you do Don's process and you break free of the shackles that are holding you back from accessing your infinite potential, you start to realize that why was I even afraid? Half of the things, or more than 90% of the things that I was ever afraid of and I had anxiety about, never even happened. So I want you to imagine that you're at the very bottom of the ocean and you have an anchor attached to you and trying to swim to the top. The top could be what you would call enlightenment. And so you swim, you swim, you swim 30% up, and that anchor brings you back down. No matter how much you're swimming, because you have this anchor, you always come back down. So the process, you can think of it in this term. You're just removing the anchor so you can naturally float to your natural state, which is enlightenment. Okay, very simple. So next slide. Don does his transformations every single Tuesday and every Thursday. The Tuesdays are for brand new clients, and then the Thursdays are for existing clients. And if you're watching this and you've never done his class or his process, I should say, you want to scan this QR code and make sure to fill out this questionnaire because it's extremely important that you do. Okay, so this is the consciousness side of things. Now I'm going to get into the currency side of things and how you can actually create an income through our ecosystem. And so, in that video that I showed, it talks about elevating your consciousness and multiplying your currency. So we have a way for you to multiply your currency completely hands-free. And it also talked about how people take their hands off of the steering wheel nowadays, like Tesla, right? Huge company, they have awesome vehicles. They have an AI in there. They use AI and AR and all these different technologies. People trust it so much that they put their lives in its hands, right? Like literally they take their hands off the steering wheel and it drives them to and from work. So it's time for us to trust AI to allow it to multiply our bank accounts hands-free. So we have our crypto AI. It is called Apollo, and it connects into your exchange. So right now we're using Binance, Kraken, and Bybit. And what happens is you get on a call with their onboarding team, and if you haven't done that, reach out to me after this. I'll make sure to get you connected with the onboarding team, and we'll get you set up. But simply, there's a simple connection. It's an API, fancy term for it just connects into your wallet, and it can trade for you. It can look at your funds, but it cannot withdraw your funds. So you have absolute control the entire time. Absolute control the entire time. No one else has control. You can withdraw anytime, and like no one else has access to your account but you. Okay, so it's very, very awesome. There's been other programs that I've seen that you have to send the money, and there's just that little bit of hesitancy because you don't have control of the funds. Here, you have complete control the entire time. Okay, very awesome. So it's doing about 20 to 50% per month. And so when we first met the guy that developed it in Dubai at the Crypto Expo, the minimum he was taking on clients was with a minimum of $100,000 account. So we're like, hey, we want to open this up for our community. Can you do lower? And so he's like, 10,000 is the minimum. And we're like, that's not going to work. So he brought it down to $1,000 minimum to use this Apollo AI. And so the caveat is that you're doing a 50-50 split with the developer. So let's say you had $1,000 in there and did 20%. That's $200 profit. $100 goes to you. $100 goes to the developer, and you're the one that's responsible to pay him every single month, anytime between the 20th and the 25th of the month. When you go through the process, the onboarding process, they'll walk you through how that looks like, but it's very simple. And then let's say you did 50% in the month, 50% on $1,000 account, that's $500. Half of that would be 250 that goes to you, 250 goes to the developer. Awesome. Okay, so this is not to say that it's going to be a guaranteed 20 to 50% return. Past performances is not indicative of future results, especially when you're an investor. You have to realize that investors take on risk. I mean, most of the times investors don't win every single investment they make, right? Maybe they win 3 out of 10, but the thing is their wins highly outweigh their losses. So you have to go in with this mindset that you're coming in as an investor, okay? And we'll talk a little bit more about investing here in just a little bit, but what this means is that could it do less than 20%? Yes. Could it do more than 50%? Sure. It actually did 51% this month. In the last 30 days, it's done 51%. So it can do more than this range. The average that we've seen over the last couple of years was 28%. So, the range 20 to 50% per month, that's kind of what you're looking at. So let's talk about the power of compounding. This guy, Albert Einstein, he says, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. And so what I want you to go into this investment is with the mindset of it being like a savings account on steroids. Okay, and I'll tell you why. It's because right now inflation is on the rise, right? Inflation is on the rise. I mean, if you take the greatest country in the world, quote unquote, which I don't really believe that's true, but that's what most people say, the United States, the US dollar is losing 1% in purchasing power every single month. So in 12 months, in a year, you're losing 12% just by having your money sit in a savings account. So I'm going to show you a much better way where you can use our AI, and you can think of it as a savings account on steroids. Okay, so let me make sure we have this up. Okay. And I'm going to share with you a compounding calculator. I'm going to show you what it would look like for you to use Apollo if you were to compound your money with this. So, all right, cool. Now, it says the initial investment. Let's just say you start with $1,000. Okay, you want to just test it out. You want to see how it works. You can start off with 1,000. And by the way, like I said, you could take your money out at any time. There is zero, there's no lockup period or anything like that. If you put it in one day, the second day, you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. You have complete freedom. You can take it out. There's no obligations or anything like that. So let's say it's $1,000 to start with, and then you're doing 10% a month. Okay, 10% a month, $1,000 investment to start off with, and you compounded it for 5 years. Yeah. And so compound it for 5 years, and you calculate. I'm going to show you something really cool. So at $1,000 initial balance, it would take you 8 months to 2x your investment. So you go from 1,000 to 2,000 in 8 months. Okay, really awesome. Now, after 5 years, you would have $304,481.64. This would be after 5 years of compounding. So I'm going to show you what it would look like. And what does compounding mean? I'll show you a very clear example. So let's say you started off with $1,000 and it's compounding 10% a month. So month 1, you'd have 1,000. Month 2, you'd have 1,100. Okay. Now you just compounding means you're allowing to continuously keep. I mean, it's simple compounding. It's just like you're allowing the interest to start to accumulate month after month, year after year. Okay. So month 3 or month 2, I'm sorry, you would go from $1,100 to 1,210. Okay. So month 1, you earned $100 in accrued interest. Month 2, you would earn 1,110 in accrued interest. Month 3, you'd have 1,331. So you would earn $133 in accrued interest, a total profit of $331, right? So month 4, 1,464, and then by the 8th month, you're already at $2,142. By the first year, you'd have $3,138.43. 24 months in, you'd have $9,849.73. 36 months in, you'd have $30,912.68. 48 months in, you'd have $97,017.23. 60 months in, you'd have $304,481.64. So really awesome. This is the power of compounding. Like I said, this is not a guarantee, but this is the power of compounding. That's what I wanted to show you. And I don't really know another system that's doing this. So you don't have to use hours, but at least find something that's doing 1% a month. Use at least to combat inflation. But we're talking 10% a month. I mean, this month it did 51%. It may not do, and by the way, that's actually really crazy to think about because we had one of the biggest, what would you call it? Like the biggest drops in crypto history this month. Bitcoin had a 25% drop and we still made money. That's saying something. And that's how powerful this AI is. It's actually getting better and smarter over time. It uses deep learning technology. So I've traded in the past. I mean, a 25% drop in the market, you're even at 100,000, a million, 2 million, $10 million. I've seen people completely blow their accounts. So that's saying a lot. You may not know what that means, but trust me, that's huge. Megan, I know you're into trading and stuff like that. That's something for you to think about because most systems would have completely blown an account with a 25% market drop. So let's talk about being an entrepreneur and an investor. So there's this guy right here. His name is Robert Kiyosaki. I'm sure a lot of you know him. And he wrote this book called The Cash Flow Quadrant. And so in the cash flow quadrant, it talks about being an employee. Okay, so as an employee, it talks about how to earn income, but as an employee, right, you have a job. And so simply what a job is, you're trading your time for money, time for dollars, time for pesos, euros, Swiss franc. It doesn't matter. You're trading your time for dinero. And so the thing about this side of the quadrant is that you're getting paid off of your own efforts and your own time. So as an employee, let's say you're working at a smoothie shop, right? So you work from 9 to 5, you get paid from 9 to 5, that's 8 hours. So you don't get paid from 9 to 10, right? You're getting paid for the time that you're there. And let's say one day you're like, okay, I want to be the owner of this smoothie shop. So you go and you become the competition of that person. You build a smoothie shop down the street, you open one up, and now you're self-employed. So you went from being an employee to self-employed. Now, the thing about this is that you don't have a job anymore, but you actually own a job. And so you're the lifeblood of the business. You have to be there to earn and generate income. Even if you have a couple of employees, you're still getting paid off of your time and efforts. You have to be there or else your business is going to fail. Now, the goal, if you want to be financially free, is to move from the left side to the right side of the quadrant. Okay, so the B stands for business owner. And so you can think of this as, for example, McDonald's. I like to use this example because everybody knows what McDonald's is. McDonald's which was purchased by a guy named Ray Kroc. He bought it from the McDonald's brothers. He says that we don't get paid off of burgers and fries. We get paid off of real estate. That's what they sell. They sell real estate. And they have a whole franchise and whole system. And so they make more money off of that than they do the actual burgers and fries, right? So they sell the franchise rights to people. If you wanted to buy McDonald's right today, it'd be anywhere. I think now it's probably more. But when I was looking at it a couple of years ago, it was $1.2 million. $1.2 million before the overhead, before hiring the employees and everything. But the reason why people do it is because they have a whole system. And systems just stands for saving yourself some time, energy, and money. Okay, so someone buys the McDonald's, they pay $1.2 million. They have the whole system, the whole guideline, the whole outline on how to run the business and make it profitable so they can cash flow it. And so that's why you see a 16, 17-year-old kid able to run the entire business, because there's a system that's like, okay, if you want to make the fries golden brown, do this. If you want to make the hamburger, a Big Mac this way, want to make it taste good, do it this way. If you want to make sure that things are cleaned, wash the dishes this way. It literally is outlined with every single thing that you need to do. So they have a whole system. And so that is one example. The second example would be Elon Musk, right? He's a really good example. He has several companies. But let's just say Tesla, I think just in China, he has 20,000 employees. Well, let's just for shits and giggles and to make it very clear, let's say he has 10,000 employees that are working 8 hours a day for him. So 10,000 times 8 hours, that's 80,000 man hours that he's leveraging every single day. So he is getting paid off of the system and off of other people's time and efforts. So that's what the business owners are getting paid off of. They're not getting paid off of their own. They're getting paid off of the system and all the people that are in that system and their time and efforts. Now, as an investor, you are also leveraging, and what you're leveraging is your money. You're getting paid off of your money. So there's a book called The Richest Man in Babylon. Absolutely love that book. It talks about your money needs to be, or your gold. That's what it calls it. Your gold coins need to go out into war and bring back more gold coins. They need to multiply. So that's what an investor is. And so investors, they take risks. They take calculated risks. They make their investment they put into different places, and they're looking for a return, right? So back in the day, it would have taken you a lot more to become an investor, right? Like you take a look at real estate, or maybe, I remember one of my mentors, he ran a hedge fund in Singapore, and he had billions and billions of dollars, and I saw he was making millions a day. I'm like, dude, like teach me how to trade. And he said, I could teach you, but you need minimum 100,000 US dollars to invest and be willing to lose. Right. And so I was like, all right, well, I guess I got to get to work. But that was back then. Now, due to technology, you can actually get started and start to become an investor with literally, with our system, 1,000 US dollars. So there's no better time to become financially free. So I'm gonna show you what does it take for you to be a part of our ecosystem, or at least use our products. If you want to get access to Don's priceless transformation, you want to get access to Apollo, it is $149 for the first month. And then it's $99 per month every month after that. Okay, so it's really powerful because there really is no price on it. And just the fact that we have the Apollo AI, you're literally making your investment just by having that product. And so let's say you have amazing results with Don's process with Apollo, and you refer 3 people. Let's say it's your mom, your brother, your sister. Now your membership is completely free. So you refer 3 and you get your membership for free. And I'm going to talk about the partnership program that we have. It's absolutely lucrative. And there's never been something that I've seen that works this way. And so we really made sure that it was never been done. Like Jamie and I, we've done so many different companies and been a part of many builds, and we saw a lot of stuff that we liked, and we saw a lot of stuff that we didn't like. So we pieced it all together. We wanted to make sure that it was the best of the best. And so this industry, if you're not aware, is an industry of network marketing. Okay, so network marketing, simply what it is instead of using the traditional methods of marketing like billboards and advertising and commercials and paying millions and millions of dollars to that, what we do here is we pay people like you and I, we pay up to 80% of all the profits for you to go and refer this via word of mouth. Just make connections. This is all about connections. It's all about who you know, not what you know. Just sharing it with the right people, and you can earn really an infinite income potential. You can earn anywhere from $100 a month all the way to $4 million every single month. Okay, absolutely awesome. You can also earn a weekly residual income. Okay, so you can get paid residual income, which is by far the most powerful thing that I've experienced when it comes to earning income. Because imagine traveling, being with your family, being on the beach, going to the gym, and still getting paid. I mean, like literally right before I got on this call, one of my businesses, which pays me residual income, just paid me. I wasn't doing anything. I literally just got back from a massage. Right? I got a massage, came here, got ready for my call, and then the system that I created is paying me whether I'm working or not. So I'm going to show you an even better way in our system here at Divinfi how you can earn a residual income. But to give you a little bit more overview, and so you can wrap your head around this, if you've never experienced residual income, I'm telling you, it's going to change your life forever. So take the traditional model of real estate. Okay. You would have to purchase a home for $250,000. So let's say your mortgage was $1,500 a month and you rented it out to someone that was renting your house for $2,000 a month. They paid you $2,000, you paid your mortgage, which was $1,500. You're making $500 a month in residual income. Okay, so people are doing this. They're leveraging $250,000 to make $500 a month. I'm going to show you a way that's way easier, way better. And the cool thing is that there are no qualifications. There's no experiences that is needed here. You didn't have to do good in school. You didn't have to have a good job or a resume or whatever. You didn't have to go to Yale, and you could have been like me and went to jail. Okay, I was kind of a bad kid. I was a rebel, hated authority. I just did everything the opposite of what my parents told me, opposite of what my teachers told me, and I landed myself in jail a couple of times doing some dumb stuff. I mean, I've been homeless before, actually. I lived in my car in the Texas summer heat for 4 months with no AC. Okay. And so I wasn't the best student. I remember one point, literally my GPA, don't even know what my GPA was. That's how bad it was because I just didn't care. My blood alcohol level was probably higher than my GPA at one point. So I say this to say that if I could do it, then you watching this can 100% do it. And the last thing is that there are team building incentives. So you're in business for yourself here, but you're not in business by yourself. You have a whole community that's here to support you to get to where you want to go. And so let's get into the compensation plan, aka the rank reward bonus. So there's a couple of qualifications that you have to know before you get into the money and how you're going to make money. So there's the rank name, which in a corporate sense would be your corporate role. There's a network size, which is the total number of people, total number of clients in your network. And it doesn't matter what business, you ask any business owner, whether it's your family doctor or your health coach or whatever, any business, right? So like, let's take your family doctor, for instance. Let's say he has 100 clients that see him every couple of months. Well, guess what? He had to create a whole network to get paid. And this is the same for any other business, okay? Now, the third qualification, or I should say maybe the second qualification, is the personal referrals. These are the people that you personally refer into the system, okay? Now, there's 3 ways you get paid, and I'm super excited to announce something awesome that we're launching out immediately. So we have our weekly pay. We have our one-time rank bonus. Okay, so just to back up, weekly pays are going to be paid out once a week. Okay, so this is gonna be starting every Monday. You'll be able to withdraw your payments in the back office every Monday. So once it hits 11:59, we're gonna start allowing you to make withdrawals. Okay, so today's Monday here in the Philippines. You can go into your back office, you can make a withdrawal, and you can start getting paid, whether fiat or crypto. It's up to you. Now, there's a one-time rank bonus, which is paid out once a month. So let's say you hit, let's say Connector 200. Over here, there's a $200 bonus that you get paid. You hit it in your first month, well, you'd get paid it the next month. Okay, at like 1 month from when you hit it. Okay, and then now what we're doing is we're doing daily pay. Okay, so you guys can start to get paid every single day. If, it's crazy to me because back in the day, I remember working at my job, I'd have to wait 2 weeks just to get a paycheck. I'm like, dude, like, I'm working all these days, like I barely have enough money to eat, and I have to wait 2 weeks to get paid. Well, guess what? You guys can now get paid every single day. So if you're excited to get paid every single day, give me some 111s in the chat below. Because I know I'm excited. Getting paid every single day, no matter what, no matter where you are, crypto or fiat, doesn't matter. I mean, really, the sky is the limit. You see yourself getting paid every single day. You're going to want to share this more and more and more, right? So right now, it was, in the beginning, it was $50 membership. But for the time being, the next 4 to 8 weeks or however long we're in pre-launch, we're paying you $100 per membership. And you can get paid every single day. Okay, so you sign up one person a day, right? That's $100 a day. Pretty awesome. That's just one of the bonuses. So let's say you want to hit inviter. Okay, so awesome. Looks like you guys are excited. So daily pay is literally starting effectively. So right after this, you're able to start getting paid daily. We're gonna start that today, basically. So let's say you hit inviter, you're gonna need 2 people on your left team, 1 person on your right. So you need a network total of 3 clients. And so out of those 3, you only need 2 personally referred, 1 on your left team, 1 on your right team. So let's say you brought in your mom on your left, your dad on your right, and then your dad goes and he brings 1 person in, his brother or something. Well, congratulations. Now you're an inviter. And it doesn't matter if it's the 2 on your left or 2 on your right. Either way works. You just need 3 total, 2 on one leg, 1 on the other. You're getting paid $25 a week, which is $100 a month. And then you get a direct bonus. So you get the $100 from your mom, $100 from your dad, which now you get paid daily. So you go and set up your mom and your dad, you're getting paid basically today, right? And so that's $300 that you just made in that first month. Let's say that's all you did in your first month, you just made $300. Now, Connector 200, all Connector 200 is you're helping your 2 that you personally brought in to hit inviter to get their 3 total. Okay, so once you help them hit inviter, now you have 4 on your left team, 4 on your right team. You're getting paid $50 a week, which is $200 a month. And then you're getting paid a one-time rank bonus of $200. This is a one-time bonus, just the reward to say congratulations. Awesome. So Connector 500, same thing. And actually, the personal referrals qualification, it's the same all the way until Connector 900. So you only need 2 personally referred all the way to 900. And so let's talk about 500 though. You need 10 total on your left, 10 on your right, 2 that you personally brought in, right? All you're doing is duplicating your process with your mom and dad. They're doing it with their people, and then their people are doing it with their people, so on and so forth. And now you're getting paid $125 a week, which is $500 a month. And then you get a one-time rank bonus of $500. Awesome. So this is a very important rank right here because like I told you, if you wanted to earn $500 in residual income in the traditional model, you'd have to leverage $250,000 just to earn $500 in residual income. And now you could just do that with referring to, teaching them how to do the same, so on and so forth, and you're Gucci. So, I mean, a really good example is Mr. Tui. Like in his first month, first couple of weeks, he hit connector 500. It's like, what's easier? Going and building a building a residual income by purchasing a property, having to deal with annoying tenants, having to change the roof whenever it goes bad, the toilet, all of these other, all you have to do here is just use the process, use the product, which make you money, which give you freedom, share them with people, and you can earn a residual income. Now, if you don't have the money to put into the AI, now you do, right? Because you're getting paid $500 that month, and then you get paid a one-time rank bonus of $500. Okay, so that's $1,000. Throw into AI. Now you're getting paid residual income off the plan and then passive income off of the AI. Awesome. Connector 900, same thing. It goes from 10 to 20, 10 to 20. You only needed to bring two. That's $225 a week, which is $900 a month. And then you get a one-time bonus of $900 one time. Okay, so at connector 1500, this is where things change a little bit. Instead of bringing the one on your left, one on your right, your mom or your dad, now you need two on your left, two on your right. So let's say it's your mom, your dad, your brother, and then your sister. That's 4 total that you personally had to bring in. Out of those 4, you just duplicated that process over and over and over again. And now you have 40 on your left, 40 on your right. You're getting paid $375 a week, which is $1,500 a month. And then you get a one-time bonus of $1,500. Okay, very cool. Same thing, network of 3K, you're getting paid $3,000 a month. Network of 5K, 5K a month. And then each one of these bonuses, or each one of these ranks, they have a bonus that's the same as what the total is for the month. So if you're making $5,000, you have a bonus that is 5,000. Okay, very simple. So you can go part-time here where you're earning $500 a month. You can go full-time where you're earning $9,000 a month, or you can go big time where you're earning $25, $50, $75, $100,000 every single month. Okay, so there is a fourth way you get paid, and it's called the global pool bonus. And these are for the people that want to go big time. And so what happens is we take 1% of all of the global sales in the company and we put them into a pool. So let's say that 1% turns out to be $1 million that's put into the pool. We split that amongst the number of shares. So let's say there's 10 shares. And so everyone past speaker 25K and beyond gets 1 share. And so let's say there's 10 shares, 10 divided by 1 million, that's $100,000 per share. You're earning an extra 100,000 on top of the 25,000 that you're earning every single month. So you're getting an extra 100K per month. Pretty awesome. Same thing. So what happens is at Master 750K and beyond, you actually get a second share. So instead of 100,000, you're getting 200,000 on top of the 750,000, million, 2 million, $4 million that you're earning every single month. Okay, so I know we're talking about the money, but I really want you to think about this because money is really just a tool for you to do the things that you really truly want. Like I've had some time to talk to some different people on the team, and it's never about the money. It's never about the money. It's about the impact. For example, Tui wants to help his home, Fiji and Tonga. I was just talking to Paul. He wants to use his skills of natural remedies and being able to help people with their health because that's what he does and that's what he loves. Right? Like Megan and I, we've talked about different things about creating your own self-sustainable communities, right? So money is just a tool. It is just a tool. So let's get the money thing out of the way and not be a slave to our jobs because I'm sorry to say, that's literally the new slavery. Like they canceled Kanye when he said it, but literally that's what it is. Like slavery was never abolished. It was simply just reformatted. And now the chains, they are just invisible. They pay you just enough for you to stay at your job, but not enough for you to leave. So let's break free, utilize this amazing ecosystem. Now we have daily pay. If you're working on your business every single day, you can get paid every single day. Okay, so this is one of my mentors told me a long time ago. He said, if you treat this like a hobby, you're gonna get paid like a hobby. And if you treat this like a business, like a multi-million-dollar business, it's gonna pay you like one. So take this serious. It's more than just the money, it's a mission, but you get rewarded for the value you bring. So make sure that you are plugging in, utilizing the system that we've created. It's only gonna get better, right? If you think this is good, just wait till what we have coming the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. It's only going up from here. Okay, so you guys are at the very beginning, and it is all about timing when it comes to business. Timing, timing, timing. I cannot stress this enough, right? Like if let's say you bought every single iPhone from the date of their release, you would have about $20,000 US. And if you took that same money and you went to the very first time where they launched Apple and you invested it into the stock, you'd have $200 million today. And so this is why I'm saying it's all about timing, timing, timing. So take advantage of the timing and that ground floor opportunity that you have here with Divinfi. And you guys are at the very beginning. Just imagine when all of the other people start to get wind of this. I mean, we're already in 18 different countries as of 2 days ago. You know, we haven't even launched. We're still in pre-launch. So take advantage. And you know, it's more than just a financial system. It's a movement towards both financial freedom and personal empowerment. So if you align with this vision, then get back to the person that invited you. And what you're going to do is you're going to ask them for their unique link, because that way they get the credit for inviting you to the system. And if you're watching this on Facebook or any of the other platforms, reach out to the person that you're watching this stream on and do the same thing. And I'm going to I'm going to talk about a couple more promotions, some ways that you guys can earn some free prizes, which is awesome. We'd love to give you guys some incentives to continue to build the mission. And so if you come in and you directly refer 10 people to the ecosystem before August the 18th, on top of the pay that you're earning, we're going to give you a brand new GoPro. You bring 20 directly, you get a brand new iPhone. You bring 30 directly, you get a brand new MacBook. Okay, very, very simple. Doesn't matter who and how many hit it, you can all qualify. Now, the last promotion is we're giving away some hotels and some flights. So if you hit connector 1500, which is, I believe, the 5th rank, you're getting a 3-day, 2-night stay at the hotel where we're having our event. And if you hit connector 3000, we're giving you an all-inclusive. So you get the flight, you get a hotel, and then you get VIP access to the event that we're having in mid-October. So I really hope and look forward to seeing you guys there and you take advantage of this awesome system. We really try to do our best every single day and just make it literally the best ecosystem. And so I really appreciate you guys for being here. If you want to stay in the loop with all things Divinfi, scan this QR code. The best place to follow us is probably Instagram, Facebook, Telegram. And that way you can just stay in the loop. And what I'll do now is I'll actually open it up for any questions. So that way you guys have all of the information. Okay, and then one last thing, if you're already in the system, make sure to update your dashboard info. Update your dashboard info so you can get paid promptly. We want to make sure that you guys are getting paid. So just go ahead and go into your back office. Let me see where it would be under. 1 second. Divinfi. So it would be under, if you were to go to Cash Out Wallet. Oh wait, I'm sorry. 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna give you the exact directions so that way no one has any Let's see. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna go to Cash Out Wallet, and then you're gonna hit withdrawal request, and then you'll put in all of your information. It'll ask for your account name, account number, account type, bank name, all of that stuff. And you just want to input all this info, and that way we could pay you out, and we'll start this daily payouts going ASAP. So, any questions as far as what we covered today? So Will says, log into your dashboard, back office, click your name and update info. Is that all they have to do? Do they also have to put their bank account information, Mr. Will? So Will says, click your name and update. Okay, so you need to do both. You need to update your info, and then also your Cash Out wallet. And so both your Cash Out wallet and your personal info, those both need to be updated. Okay. Any questions? Vanessa, Tui, Paul, Megan. There's 4 Megans. I guess maybe you sent your invite link,
I
Megan.
don't even know how I'm in here so many times, but that's how high my energy is after being in this meditation or not meditation, going through Dawn's process, and then also just like knowing what time it is in the world, because of the stuff that the elite are trying to pull off right now. And it's so funny because everyone's just like, nah. And I just like am so ready to get everybody into class tomorrow so that we can just pop the world right open and have a good old time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I love
see, I
it.
don't even know who put the suns up. Is that you? Like
No,
somebody's got
I'm thinking that
access.
you sent someone your link and then maybe they came in.
That's Christy. That's me.
Oh, I've got my girls in the house then. Christy, Eloise.
Let's go, ladies. So for the people that are already in, we'll drop the picture. So you would update your profile and then also make sure to update your banking info so you get paid.
Okay, so is it, yeah, explain the daily pay a little bit. Is it gonna like, so we set up the payment process and then how does that work? Or can Will or whoever?
Will, do you mind sharing?
Yeah, sure. Can you hear me, guys? Hi, guys.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Will.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, so for all the existing partners we have in Divinfi, so the daily payment will be processed by the admin. So every day there would be a daily cutoff. For example, you enrolled 2 people in a day, then there's a certain time that the dashboard will automatically refresh, and then we will have those reports sent to us in our admin dashboard. Then we have a virtual assistant who will um, pay using our third party. So it's really important to update all your profile, and that's how we roll.
Perfect. Thank you, Will.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited. We get some daily pay, daily work, get paid daily. So let's get it, guys.
Hold on, this is on our personal referrals daily, right? So it's our personal person that we bring in, and then we still get the weekly pay for our the multi-tier commission and then the monthly bonus, right?
Correct. Right.
Perfect.
The,
Hey,
the
okay.
day, yeah. The daily pay will be for the fast start bonus for the daily recruits.
And Sam, that date
Awesome.
individual people is $100 right now and not 50, right?
It is $100. That is correct.
Perfecto.
Let's get it to the moon. Let's make the world a better place and share with our hearts, and all the right people are going to align with our mission. So I'm excited. Make sure to be on Don's call tomorrow if it's your first time. For the people that have already gone through it, I mean, you can do it. We're not going to stop you, but it's just a longer process. You'll be able to go through Don's process, like the for the experienced people on Thursday. But you can join, no worries. You're more than welcome to join on Tuesdays as well. Okay, so we'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. So that's in about 9 hours. A little bit less than 9 hours from now. So we'll see you guys then. I'm gonna try to get some Z's, and then I'll see you in the AM. Invite people, make sure to utilize the system. As always, invitation to the presentation. So we can change the world. Let's get it, guys. All the love.